Hi, welcome to our Facebook Live. I'm Carrie. I'm here with Joellen and Tracy, and we are here to bring you an interview about energy work and the services that Joellen performs. We know that these services are a little different than anything we've offered at SalonTwenty-Two, and so we thought this was a great opportunity to welcome Joellen to the SalonTwenty-Two family and to get to know what she offers a little bit more. So Tracy is on camera duty today, so if you have any questions or comments or just want to pop in to say hi, we would love to hear from you. And we'll get right into our interview with Joellen. So Joellen, tell me a little bit about how you got into this industry, energy work, and how long you've been doing this.
I've always had an interest in alternative modalities as far as healing is concerned, and I started researching different things after working in the traditional medical field for 20-some years. And I started taking classes in 2009. I had a big interest in Reiki, and I started with my taking level 1 and level 2 and going on to become a Reiki master, Masui Reiki master. And with the interest of that, I did a lot of reading, a lot of research. I read The Reconnection by Dr. Eric Pearl, and I did take Dr. Pearl's classes on the Reconnection. And moving along into that, as the years would go on, and still having an interest, I took an interest in the Healing Touch program. And as massage used to just be anybody could do massage and became licensed, I started thinking if they decide to license Reiki or energy work, it might be good to take a formal class on energy. So I signed up for level 1 with the Healing Touch program, which is put on by the Holistic Nursing Foundation.
So can I just stop you for a sec?
Sure.
Were you a nurse? You said you were in the traditional medical field.
No, I'm not a nurse. I work in the business end of medical.
Okay.
But I don't remember the exact number of years. They opened it up to lay people besides nurses.
Okay.
So I proceeded to take the Healing Touch program and enjoyed their curriculum. They go into a lot of depth on energy work. They have authorization from Barbara Brennan to use some of her pictures in their training manuals. And so moving along with Healing Touch, I went all the way up to become a certified practitioner in Healing Touch.
And the Healing Touch program is Reiki, or did you learn other things in that program?
Well, Reiki is an energy modality, as reconnective healing is another energy modality. There's many of them. Healing Touch is not Reiki. It's a heart-centered program that handles mind. It handles physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental.
Wow.
It's documented. I had to have 100 cases to be able to become certified. I had to do a case management presentation. So it's very, very in-depth. It took me several years to become a certified Healing Touch practitioner.
Wow.
What I like energy, everything is energy. Your energy, I'm energy. This building holds energy, trees hold energy. Anybody that's ever hugged a tree will know that there's energy in it. So it always fascinated me, and I did it primarily because I thought, what if they decide to license it? I like Reiki. Reiki doesn't have the curriculum that Healing Touch does. I do both modalities. I do reconnective healing also. So
are you also then a massage therapist?
No,
or is that
I'm not.
completely separate?
no, I don't do massage.
Okay.
So I do, like I said, I do reconnective. I'm a Reiki master, and I do Healing Touch.
Wonderful. And
Yeah.
so how long had this journey been going on? How long have you been doing this?
It started in 2009.
Okay.
And it continues. I'll never stop learning.
Wonderful.
As long as there's a book or a class,
Yeah.
you're
all in.
I'm in. I mean, I have taken such things as I've taken tuning fork classes, I have taken crystal classes. I find an interest on anything that can bring balance to the body.
Yeah. And so then that brings me to my next question, which is what services will you be offering here at SalonTwenty-Two?
Well, along with being a Reiki master and a healing touch practitioner, I also do raindrop therapy because essential oils was very fascinating to me. So I attended classes through the Institute of Spiritual Healing and Aromatherapy and became an aromatherapist. I love the oils. I think, as everything is energy, they vibrate to a frequency which is very beneficial for the body to soothe it, to calm it. It has a never-ending potential.
Yeah, and benefit, right?
Correct.
So if you could just give, I know there might be people watching this that have never heard the words that Joellen is saying, or maybe you're all in and you know exactly what we're talking about here, but that is what this is for. So if you could give us a little description of, let's say, the raindrop.
Raindrop therapy is a modality that Gary Young of Young Living Oil founded. And the technique is called raindrop because you drop the oils down through the field down into their spine. It's like a raindrop. And there's a lot of things that can be said about raindrop. To be accurate about it, it boosts, it can give you a calming feeling. It can give you a sense of relaxation. There's a lot of benefits to it. I find, to really look into raindrop, you're better to do a little research on your own. I know that there's limitations on, things that have been said that raindrop can do for you.
Yes, so what Joellen is talking about, sometimes in this industry, our hands are tied as far as what we can say a service does and performs. Having been given raindrop, I can tell you that you're in a massage room, which feels wonderful already because you're on a nice heated bed, the music is playing, the lights are down low, and then on top of that, you're getting, how many different oils do they use in that treatment?
Well, there's a variety of oils. Actually, if you look into it, there's 7, 8 different oils that you use.
For the treatment.
There's different oils that can be used for different conditions. I have yet to really get into that, but there's things that can be used if somebody has a cardiac issue, if somebody has a digestive issue. You can mix.
So again, it's
oils.
Personalized.
Correct.
To what you're feeling. So this is an hour treatment?
It takes about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. So you'll be in one of our spa rooms for 45 minutes to an hour with Joellen. It's a very soothing, calming, relaxing, and I think revitalizing treatment at the same time. So how about Reiki? I know you touched on Reiki and healing touch. Can you just speak a little bit more? I know I've heard those words and I still get confused on what those services are.
Reiki is an energy modality. I'm an Usui Reiki master, and Reiki started in Japan. I believe it was 1600 that it started originally, and I just did some research on it because I wasn't sure how old it was. It's old. And it takes the energy centers within your body, and it deals primarily with the 7 energy centers that are called chakras. And each chakra is associated with a different part of the body. And what it does is it helps to balance things out. But when you go to Reiki, you get whatever you need. It's the universe knowing what you need is what you get. And I find it amazingly comforting, relaxing. It can bring out emotions. It can, it can make you feel gleeful. It's just an amazing modality.
And is that something you could do every day? You could do once a month? You really could do it however many times?
You can do Reiki as many times as you want. You can do Reiki on yourself. You know, it depends on the individual.
Yeah, awesome. And so then what is healing touch?
Healing touch is another energy modality. Like I said, it was founded by Janet Menken in 1988. She was a nurse. The difference that I find with healing touch and Reiki are there's different techniques that you learn in healing touch for specific reasons. If somebody comes in and they have headaches, there's certain hand positions that are deliberate to ease a headache. If there's a spiritual issue, there are certain things that help with that. So they don't just do the same positions as Reiki does. They do different positions and different techniques for different things.
And so then both Reiki and healing touch is a hands off, or are you physically touching?
One of the questions when a client comes is you have them sign off on what they are the most comfortable with.
Oh. If
they would prefer to do hands off or distant, you can do that. At the salon, I would not recommend any distant healing, but I would recommend that if they're most comfortable with hands off, especially at this time with everything that we're dealing with, that service can be available.
Nice.
If they're
so
comfortable,
you could
do hands on. Correct.
Nice. That's great. So it's sounding to me like all of these services are very customizable to the person in front of you, and that each would have a consultation or an interview as to what they would like out of that session.
That's correct.
Nice.
Actually, with healing touch, you do set an intention before you start. You meet with the client, you discuss everything. You do a consultation / interview with that person when they first come in.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you have a question?
We do. Nicole's wondering what are some more reasons that they would come in for the healing touch service?
Nice.
Hi,
Nicole.
Hello, Nicole. If you have anything that you want to deal with that's either mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual, if you come in and you've been, worried about something and, your mind doesn't shut off, you could come for that. If you're really struggling spiritually and you're not sure where you're at, you're not sure what's guiding you, what's helping you, come for that. You could come for any kind of ailment that your body might be experiencing. You could do that. So there's an endless amount of possibilities that you come for that.
Wonderful.
I can say that the healing begins when you make the appointment. That's when the healing begins, before you even come to the center.
Because you have already committed
Your intention.
Your intention. Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Thanks for that question, Nicole. Thanks for watching.
I hope that answers her question. Good.
So then last of the services you offer here will be hypnosis, which is so new to us as a salon family, and for me personally, I've obviously heard that word, but I didn't really know what that meant, especially in this setting. And when I read your bio on our website and I got to know a little bit more, I was just fascinated with it. I find all of this energy work to be really interesting. So we just have some questions about hypnosis. Do you do consultations first before you book the service of hypnosis? Well, if somebody was unsure if they made a good candidate for it, how does the first step go in somebody making an appointment for that?
Hypnosis, as I've always said, it's not magic, but it's magical when you're ready. So, to give a little bit of feedback on that, I got into hypnosis because I went through smoking cessation 24 years ago.
Wow.
After many tries to quit smoking through the patch, the gum, acupuncture, cold turkey, and I finally got hypnotized. And it was so easy to quit smoking through hypnosis because it took all of the triggers away. But I was truly ready. So when you decide that maybe hypnosis is something for you, you want to change a behavior, you have to truly be ready to change that behavior.
For it to take place.
Exactly. I do my part, but you have to do your part. So if somebody really would like to be hypnotized for something, an example, as we talked earlier, public speaking, nail biting. The three major things that people come for hypnosis are anxiety, weight loss, and smoking cessation. And it depends on the individual. I do talk to people, interview, consult, whatever word you want to use, before they come, because I don't feel it's worth their time or my reputation if they're truly not ready.
Yes, because it won't work
It
unless
won't
you
work.
are.
I can't make you quack like a duck. I can't make you do anything that you don't want to do. People are afraid often, I think, that they're going to reveal their deep, dark secrets, and you won't. If you wouldn't normally come in and tell me then, you won't tell me then. And ethically, I have great respect for what I do. I believe I'm a very ethical practitioner. I would never ask you your deep, dark secrets because that's on you. I don't need to know. So,
So how would that look? A client calls the salon and says, I'd like to book a hypnosis session with Joellen. You're meeting with them first here at the salon, or is it a phone conversation?
I would prefer that they book a session and they come. And the first 10 minutes within that session will be whether I believe that they're a good candidate or not. The bottom line is, it depends on the individual and how much they really want it. I can do and help them with whatever, but they need to follow through on the part of their end. And that is, I usually recommend that they record this on their phone while they're here and that they listen to that. You go into the state of hypnosis twice a day. You go into it when you wake up in the morning, and you go into it as you fall asleep at night. And just like any habit, it doesn't start overnight and it's not going to end overnight. But if you follow the directions and you are truly ready to change something, it will work for you.
So then there wouldn't necessarily be you need 3 sessions. It's really dependent upon the person and where they are.
It depends on the person. It depends on the smoking cessation. I do highly recommend 2 sessions. It depends on the individual. If something changes, if they come in, they're hypnotized and it's working for them, and a month back,
Go ahead, keep going.
it doesn't, they're having like a slip. You might want to come in and get another session. They may have progressed in a certain manner, but yet now something else has changed, and so they want to change the script they're listening to as they're falling asleep.
Yes.
So everything is individual. Sometimes I recommend 2 sessions, sometimes I recommend 1 session, 3 sessions. It depends on the individual.
Great, awesome. Yeah.
So we had a couple questions. One of them was, and we kind of covered it already, about whether or not you recommend a consultation before each of your service because they are so individual, and if that's a separate appointment or if you just do it like the first 10 minutes to set the intention of the appointment.
I don't think that it's important that they come ahead of time.
Okay.
I think the time of the session is when the first 10 minutes will determine where we're going to go.
And when it comes to hypnosis, if during that first 10 minutes it doesn't feel like it's going to help them, you would just let them know
I
that.
would say it was nice to meet you and have a good day.
Okay.
And if somebody was really wanting to do this but nervous and they had a lot of questions, they could always book a complimentary consultation just to talk and get their questions out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Michaela is wondering, out of all of your services, what would you personally choose for an individual with a high level of anxiety and stress?
Good question, Michaela.
If they're truly ready to get rid of it, and they're tired of it, and it's not how they identify themselves, and they want it gone, I would do hypnosis.
I love how you said not wanting to identify, because that just spoke to me. I think that's really powerful. Like if you have that running story in your head of, let's say, anxiety, and you're like, I want off this hamster wheel. I don't want that running through my mind. That would mean you're ready, right?
Words are important. They're very important, and your voice is the most important thing to your subconscious. And when people say, I'm really anxious for that to happen, I try to educate them to be excited about things to be happening. Because there's a difference between being anxious and being excited.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're excited, you're looking forward to something. When you're anxious, you've got anxiety attached to it.
That's great.
So that's something that maybe she wants to think about.
Awesome. Thanks, Michaela. Okay, so we talked about the consultation. I guess you did touch on this, who's a good candidate. Anybody that's ready and has already come to that decision that they're ready to not have that story of whatever it is, that they're a smoker, that they're anxious, that they bite their nails, that's a good candidate for hypnosis. So can you explain the difference and why it's important, the subconscious versus the conscious mind? Because I think, well, she'll explain it way better than me.
The conscious mind is your critical mind, and the conscious mind is when you're learning something, when you're talking to somebody. And my best example is when you learn to drive a car. You use your conscious, which I also call critical mind. And you get in, everybody remembers when they first learned how to drive. You got in, and your parents or your driving instructor would tell you to check your mirrors and to, look and make sure there's nothing behind you, put your seatbelt on. If you learned to drive a standard shift, there was a lot more involved with putting the clutch in, shifting the gears, etc. And you had to be very aware of what you were doing so you could learn to drive safely. And now today, when you get in the car and you drive to work, many times people get there and it's like, I don't even remember my drive.
How I
just got here.
Yeah.
So your conscious mind was teaching you how to drive that car. But when you learn to drive and you come to work and you don't remember the drive, that's because your subconscious was driving the car.
Mm-hmm.
The subconscious does not know right from wrong. And when you hypnotize somebody, you relax the conscious mind and you bring forward the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is there to run things. An example, when a smoker smokes, they know, I've had dinner, now I'm going to have a cigarette. Your conscious mind will say, it's really not good for you. Your subconscious mind says, we don't care. It's after dinner, we smoke.
So I'm picturing that good versus evil, angel devil sitting on the shoulder. We have both of them.
It is. The subconscious mind is not always evil. I mean, the subconscious mind runs your body. You don't tell your heart to beat. You don't tell your lungs to breathe. So that goes through your subconscious. But yes, the subconscious mind is not critical. It doesn't have the ability to think critically. So what we do is to change a behavior, you relax the conscious mind, the subconscious mind comes forward, and you put new suggestions into the subconscious mind, and you tell it what you would like to accomplish.
So almost like reforming a habit?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, awesome. That made a lot of sense to me. I think that's an awesome way to describe it. That's great. So I think the only other thing, and I think we touched on this too, is how many sessions of hypnosis, and Joellen had already stated that it's really individual for each person. So is there anything else you'd like to touch on that we didn't touch on? The importance of anything with hypnosis or any of the other energy services that you offer?
I think the thing about hypnosis is to put any fears aside or to address fears about hypnosis, because I know that there's stage hypnosis and many people have seen that. That's not what I do. It's very safe. It's very, I feel I'm very ethical about it, and it's an excellent service when you are truly ready to change something. Energy work, as I said many times, everything is energy. And I believe that the quote, I don't know who said it, but you know, energy flows where your attention goes. So if you've got fear, you're going to bring, you know, your intention's going to go to fear. So, you know, to have energy work done, you can help balance that out through energy work, calm yourself down. Especially in these times, I think there's a lot of people that have some have anxiety, some have just fear, and it's a good treatment for yourself. It helps you to let go. It's a good service for the body to just let go, relax, rejuvenate.
Wonderful. And I love energy flows where your attention goes. I think that is a powerful statement.
I'd like to claim it as mine, but it's not. But it's so true.
It
The
is
more you
true.
focus on it, the more you're going to bring that right to you.
Yeah. Well, this has been such a great half an hour. I've loved talking to you and getting to know more about your services. So if somebody is interested making an appointment with you, what are your hours? What will you be here with us?
I'm working here, and I want to first of all say thank you for this opportunity to join this team. I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to bring these modalities. And I will be here on Wednesdays, I believe from 4 to 8, and on Fridays from noon until 4. I will be available on weekends by appointment, scheduled ahead only.
Well, we are also so excited to have you here. I think you're going to make a great addition to the team. I think not only for the SalonTwenty-Two family, but this kind of work is so important, and I think it's just great for the world what you're doing. So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Were there any other comments or questions?
We're good, but thank you so much, Joellen.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.